Good morning, students. A warm welcome to Computer Aided Design course, and course code is P20DE102. The course offered in first semester MTech programming with specialization of design engineering in Department of Mechanical Engineering. Myself, I am RAKESH, working as an assistant professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering from last 5 years. Coming to coming to this course, we are discussing about a short introduction about computer-aided design. What is CAD and what are the applications of CAD? Why we learned CAD in this semester? CAD is the abbreviation of Computer Aided Design. It can be defined as the use of computer systems to assist in the creation, modification, analysis, or optimization of a design. The major activities covered under CAD are geometric modeling, engineering analysis, design review and analysis, automated drafting, generation of report. The computer systems consist of hardware and software to perform the specialized design functions required by the particular user. Say, the CAD hardware typically includes a computer, one or more graphics display terminals, keyboards, and other peripheral equipment. The CAD software consists of the computer programs to implement computer graphics on the system plus application programs to facilitate the engineering functions of the user company. The few applications of these programs include stress strain analysis of components, dynamic response of mechanisms, heat transfer calculations, and numerical control part programming. The collection of application programs will vary from one user to another user because of their product lines, manufacturing processes, and customer markets are different. These factors give rise to difference in CAD system requirements. Now, see the what are the contents are available in this course. In every unit is divided into two chapters. The first chapters we will discussing about CAD tools and its applications. Next, CAD hardware and software, hardware integration and networking, hardware trends and software modules, graphic standards, modeling and viewing, applications and benefits of computer aided design. The second chapter we will discussing about mathematical representation of curves. In this chapter we will discussing about wireframe models, wireframe entities, curve representation, parametric representation of analytic curves, synthetic curves and curve manipulations. In second unit we will discussing about mathematical representation of surfaces, surface model, surface entities, surface representation, parametric representation of surfaces, plane surface, ruled surface, surface of revolution, tabulated cylinder. In this second chapter, we will discussing about parametric representation of synthetic surfaces. Uh, the few are Hermite bicubic surface, Bezier surface, B-spline surface, Kuhn's surface, blending surface, sculptured surface, and last we will discussing about surface manipulations like displaying, segmentation, trimming, and intersection. In coming to unit 3, we will discussing about mathematical representation of solids like boundary representation, in short form B-REP, constructive solid geometry, short name is CSG, sweep representation, analytical solid modeling, solid manipulations, solid modeling based applications, mass properties calculations and mechanical tolerancing. In second chapter, we will discussing about transformation of geometric models, review of transformations, mappings of geometric models, translational mapping, rotational mapping, general mapping, mappings as changes of coordinate system, inverse transformations and mapping, projections of geometric models. Last one is orthographic and perspective projections. In Unit 4, we will discussing about CAD-CAM data exchange. Evaluation of data exchange format, initial graphic exchange specification, short name is IGS. Next, step stands for standard for the exchange of product model data. Stereolithography, that means STL. Next, ACIS and data exchange format. The last topic is system simulation, need of simulation, area of applications, components of a system, discrete and continuous systems, model of a system, types of models and types of simulation approaches. These topics are we'll discussing in the further coming videos. Let us see the textbook. The standard textbook for this course is CAD-CAM Theory and Practice, second edition by Ibrahim Jeet and Shiva Subramaniam. Uh, Tata McGraw are the publisher. All chapters are available in this textbook. You can refer the chapters from 1 to 7. These following are the reference books. First one is the Ibrahim Jeet Mastering CAD or CAM First Edition. Second one is Jerry Banks, John Carson, Barry Nelson, and David Nicole Discrete Event System Simulation 5th Edition. Pearson Education Publications. Third reference book is P.N. Rao CAD-CAM Principles and Application, third edition. Fourth textbook reference book is P. Radhakrishnan, V. Raju, S. Subramanian CAD-CAM CAD-CAM Sim, third edition. These are the few reference books for this course. Let us see the course objectives. Uh, this course will develop students' knowledge in and the four learning objectives are there and four course learning outcomes. Let us see the first learning objective is CAD tools and mathematical representation of curves. On completion of this course, the student will able to discuss CAD tools and determine the parametric equation of synthetic curves. The second learning objective is mathematical and parametric representation of surfaces. The second course learning outcome is develop mathematical models to represent surfaces and analyze parametric representation of synthetic surfaces. The third learning objective is solid modeling techniques and transformation of geometric models. The third course learning outcome is analyze solid modeling techniques and determine the transformation mapping of geometric models. The fourth learning objective is CAD-CAM data exchange and system simulation. The fourth course learning outcome is differentiate various data exchange formats and evaluate system simulations. These are the four learning objectives and four course learning outcomes of this course. Now, let us discussing about course web page. In last year, our management introduced course web page for reducing the communication gap between students and faculty. I am very much thankful to our principal, Dr. K. Ashoka Reddy Garu, principal of Kids Warangal. This course web page consists of the following tab, that is course projects, course research papers, course patents, lecture schedule, lecture notes or handouts, lecture slides or video lectures, self-learning topics, tutorials and solutions, assignments and solutions. I request to every student you can go through the course web page. Already course web page login credentials already given in the admission process. You can use that credential. You can go through the course web page for updates of the course. Course projects is an independent project carried out by you during the course period related to course under the supervision of course faculty. The core idea is to expose you to project-based learning, independent work and research. We shall upload a list of course project titles along with description and expected outcomes in the course web page. You can work on any one of these titles by obtaining prior permission from course faculty by submitting course project request form. You can also uh, choose your own title. The course project will have three deliverables. First one is demonstration, second one is report submission in a prescribed format, that is 5 to 10 pages. Poster presentation. Course project student will have to present a poster at the end of the course. Course project poster presentation, the session will be open to everybody. Upon successful completion, demonstration and submission of a brief report in prescribed format, the course faculty will awarded a course project certificate to the student with HOD's approval. The next important one is course research papers. Research articles use a standard format to clearly communicate information about an experiment. These research papers are the peer-reviewed research articles published in the area of course being taught. The core idea is to expose you to research literature. We will upload course research papers for our course. You should read these articles with the following two deliverables. Compulsory question in MSC's salient points of CRPs shall be asked in compulsory questions section of MSc1 in the first bit. One question from the in MSc1, one question from the CRP1, that means course research paper 1. In MSc2, one question from CRP2. Next one is course patents. This is also very important one in the course web. A patent is an intellectual property right for a technical invention. It allows you to prevent others from using your invention for commercial purposes for up to 20 years. CPs are the peer-reviewed research articles published in the area of course being taught. The core idea is to expose you to research literature. We will upload two course patents for our course. I have I had posted two patents in the course web page. You should read these articles with following two deliverables. Compulsory question in MSCs. One question from CP1 in the MSc1. For MSc2, one question from the CP2. I hope this is very clear to everyone. Thank you for watching.